All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to talk about something a little strange today. A product that's perfectly safe, even comfortable, but could actually be one of the most dangerous things you ever buy. Yeah, we're talking about a luxury bed.
So how can one thing be both of these at the same time? It's a real paradox. On one hand, you've got a high-end futon or a mattress. It does its job, right? It's not going to hurt you. It lets you sleep. It's probably really, really comfortable. So physically, it's completely safe. But then you look at the other side of the coin, and it can be this financial black hole that messes with your head. That's what we're going to unpack.
You see, the danger here, it's not hiding in the cotton or the memory foam. It has nothing to do with how safe the product is. Nope. The real danger is all in the numbers and in the marketing story. Now take a look at this. This really puts things in perspective. In the whole wellness world, you've got stuff like health foods, which, might have some risks. Then you have things like hydrogen water, which are pretty much safe. And both of those are in a price range that makes sense, right? Low to medium. And then, bam, you have the luxury futon. It's just as safe, but the price tag is in a totally different galaxy. It's a massive outlier. So you have to ask, how on earth do they justify that insane price? Well, you don't sell the bed. You sell a story. You sell this grand idea that you're making an investment in your own well-being. And here's exactly how they do it. You hear these powerful phrases like a lifetime item or the foundation of your health. They're designed to completely flip a switch in your brain. You're not just spending money on a comfy place to sleep anymore. Oh no. You are investing in your future self. It's a really, really clever psychological move. Let's just put a name on this, okay? It's what we can call pseudo-asset language. It's all these marketing terms that make a regular old consumer product feel like an asset. It gives it the flavor of something like stocks or real estate, making you think it's going to hold its value. But here's the kicker. Unlike a real asset, this thing has pretty much zero market value. And that beautiful illusion of value, well, it comes crashing down into a very harsh reality, the absolute second you swipe your card. And this, right here, is what makes a luxury bed totally different from almost any other high-end thing you could buy. And here it is, plain and simple. You buy a luxury car, you can resell it. You buy a designer handbag, there's a resale market for that. But a used futon? Poof, its market value just evaporates. It becomes practically worthless the moment it's yours. This chart from the source material is absolutely fascinating. Just look at these three situations where you lose the exact same amount of money, let's say $10,000. For the car and the bag, you buy them, you sell them, you take the hit. You've lost the money and the item's gone. But with the futon, you also lose 10 grand, but hey, you still get to keep the futon. So looking at that chart, you'd think the futon is the smartest choice of the three, wouldn't you? I mean, you lose the same amount of cash, but you actually get to keep the product and use it every single day. And that exact thought process, well, that's the heart of the trap. Because, see, the real damage here isn't about that one-time loss of money. It's about who is buying this thing, and most importantly, how they're paying for it. This isn't a story about rich people. Think about it. For a wealthy person, buying this bed is whatever. They pay cash, it's a drop in the bucket, it doesn't change their life one bit. But for a normal, ordinary person without that kind of spare cash lying around, this purchase means taking on a loan. It becomes a heavy weight, a monthly strain on their budget for years and years.
And in that one moment, the moment you sign that credit agreement, the product completely transforms. It stops being a bed. It's no longer just a high-end daily good. It becomes a long-term, life-altering financial product, a debt that just quietly nibbles away at your financial health month after month.
So why don't people talk about this? Because the whole thing is so quiet. It's a silent loss. First, that whole "it's for my health" argument is the perfect excuse. It lets you off the hook. Second, since there's no resale market, you never have to face the hard, cold number of what you actually lost. And, it's a private mistake. You're probably not going to tell your friends about it. It's just this slow, steady drain you live with. And that brings us to the final and honestly the most dangerous part of this whole trap. The damage here, it goes way deeper than just your bank account. Okay, so here's the real takeaway. That giant price tag, that's not actually the enemy. The real danger is the story you start telling yourself after you've already spent the money. And this just nails it. The true terror is when you convince yourself it was a good idea. You're trapped in this loop of justification. Well, I use it every day. My health is priceless. It was an investment. That internal story you tell yourself, it stops you from ever seeing the financial mistake for what it was. And if you can't see it, you can't learn from it. And let's be absolutely crystal clear about who falls for this. It's not some fool. It's not an impulsive person. The person who gets caught in this trap is usually a serious, thoughtful, ordinary person who genuinely thinks they're making a smart, responsible decision to protect their health down the line. They're actually trying to do the right thing. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. This isn't really about a bed, is it? It's about a pattern. It's about how we justify our decisions. So the real question is, what other good decisions have you made in your life that might be built on a similar story and are quietly costing you way more than you think?